What's going on, guys? Welcome back to a brand new video. So today we got a little bit more information in regards to season 3. We're going to talk about the theme, the goal of this update, and what to expect from it. So if you do find the video informative or helpful at any point, don't forget to hit that like and subscribe button. A reminder, I am doing an operator bundle giveaway. If you want a chance to win, all you gotta do is comment down below your Activision ID and which bundle you want. I'll be picking the next winner next weekend. So yesterday we talked about how Call of Duty has some major plans with upcoming content for the season 3 update, and the update is gonna be a lot bigger than what many people expect. Obviously, so far in terms of the marketing, the details, all the confirmations that Call of Duty has given us, it's only been focusing on Warzone. So we covered the multiplayer side of things as well as zombies. And this is going to be a season that's going to pretty much impact every single mode. Now, the theme of this season, which it's pretty obvious by now, is going to be a throwback nostalgic type of theme. And we got confirmations with that, with the only season 3 marketing that we have is the unforgettable Verdansk teaser, the music themed around nostalgic feeling, remembrance, and then you also have operators hugging the gulag showers. Towards the end, you have an operator crying at the sight of Verdansk. And the whole point of this is to try and sell nostalgia to the players that played during that time. They've even posted tweets like, celebrate the 5th anniversary of Warzone and return to where it all began on Verdansk. Relive your favorite moments and share them with your friends. Hashtag Verdansk returns on April 3rd. Post to get your Verdansk replay. At Call of Duty, put your Activision ID and then Verdansk replay, and then it basically will give you a little moment. So how long you spent on the game, your highest kill match on Verdansk, small little details like that. Now, other than the theme being obviously nostalgic, their main goal is to basically bring back Warzone 1. Quick word from our sponsor, Mitch Cactus. It's a store that can get you the most exclusive operators, help you unlock the Black Ops 6 Mastery camos such as Dark Matter, Abyss, and Nebula. And if you want to hit Master Prestige even faster, they can also help you out with that. They don't use unlock tools or mods, so you know it's 100% legitimate, and they have over 10,000 verified reviews on Trustpilot. You can use code TRIDZO for a 5% discount. The link will be down in the description. Now, whenever you ask any Warzone player why they currently don't play Warzone anymore, it's not as good as Warzone 1 was. With the launch of Warzone 2, it had major issues, major problems. A lot of people were not happy. Everyone would say, bring back the Warzone 1 servers that were better in every single aspect. Now, the problem with Call of Duty is, which they actually answered Swag when he asked, why can't we just go back to the Warzone 1 servers, and why can't you just bring that back? And their explanation is it's physically impossible because the game was built block by block, and it was sort of like Build-A-Bear, and you can't really take apart the bear and go back to the root because they've added so much on top of it with all of the different updates, Warzone 2 coming out, Warzone 3, and all of that stuff that was implemented over the years. So they just can't go back and turn those servers on and have it to the way that it originally was. So the best thing that they could do, recreate Warzone 1 with all of the fan favorite features to try and, I guess, make it feel like it was the OG Warzone 1, even though it technically isn't. Now, there's a couple of things that they did here, which according to Ghost of Hope, he mentions here in yesterday's post. He said, hearing that vehicles in Warzone will see huge improvements for Season 3 with Verdansk. They won't be one-to-one with Warzone 1 per se, but they will continue to improve them over the course of the next year, even after the Season 3 update to match Warzone 1. Supposedly, the biggest reason for why they felt so bad with Warzone 2 is the physics engine they went with for IW9. And vehicles were definitely a key aspect of Warzone 1, how easy they were to maneuver and control vehicles. Nowadays, it's pretty lame, and majority of players do try to ignore vehicles and not use them when possible. So that's the first thing that he mentioned. Now, he said take with a grain of salt, but I've also heard that the OG Bertha might be coming back with Verdansk. Once again, as I mentioned, they're trying to recreate that Warzone 1 era, that feeling, and Bertha is definitely one of those aspects with the funny moments. People got running people over, jumping onto the back, being able to snipe people while you're moving. It just had so many different clips and play potential, and it looks like this might be one of the things that they want to bring back alongside that. Now, other than this, we've also talked about these types of things in the past before. For example, floating loot. Obviously, you see floating loot on the ground in Warzone. It's going to make you feel like you're back into that original Warzone state. And then he also mentions there's the plans for the red doors to return in Verdansk in future updates. So they want to keep that nostalgic feeling going on for multiple seasons, not just season 3, but they want to have players stay. So if people are going to come back and try this new Warzone with Verdansk back, they want them to actually consistently stay on the game and continue playing. So they want long-term success, and they have to consistently do updates to the map if they want to see that, and that's something that they've already planned out, and it seems like they're going to be doing. And then on top of that, there's the other map changes. He says not only will we get the OG March 2020 version at the start, but then there's also other minor changes to keep it fresh. Train station interior being closed, the interior of the stadium being open but the roof being closed, the trains return, no fast travel subway system, and then as the seasons progress, consistent updates being added to the map itself, adding maybe new POIs, removing some, changing things up here and there. There was the time that he said Fringe was on Verdansk, so maybe that could be in a future update. Now, other than Warzone, if they're going to try to sell you nostalgia, they're going to try to do that for all of the modes. We did talk about apparently there's going to be a remaster that's very nostalgic. And this following up from yesterday's video, someone asked him, he said, what map do you realistically see being remastered for multiplayer in Season 3? And he said, the source doesn't want me saying sadly what it is, but it's a good one. It seems like multiplayer is also going to get that feeling as well. Now, alongside that, there's obviously the operators. Now, Infinity Ward tweeted out for, I believe, like the first time in a while, celebrating the 5 years of Warzone. And then they had the Verdansk Ghost operator skin. As we've talked about before, we know that MW19 operators are also going to be available with this update. And we got confirmations when we saw Domino in the trailer. And she was a one-in-one remake, so not adding a different style or a different twist, but the same exact operator that was available in MW 2019 and Warzone 1 was in that Verdansk trailer, and it seems like they're going to be doing that with other operators. And because Infinity Ward posted this photo here showcasing, this is obviously newly created Captain Price, which I believe we have that outfit already, and then you have Ghost, and then they showcase them on the new Verdansk map. And this is obviously the Jawbone variant of Ghost, which is only available in MW 2019, I believe in like Season 2. It's definitely an operator that people would love to have here in this Warzone, but at the same time, because he's a task force member and one of the main characters in Modern Warfare, they may not end up bringing him. Maybe the goal here is to just bring Modern Warfare characters, but not the main ones, because then maybe it wouldn't make too much sense or anything like that to include him in Black Ops 6. Now, although they're bringing in all this different content, the operators, Verdansk, new map updates, I think there's one big problem that they're sort of not really focusing too much on from what it seems like, and that is the anti-cheat, games crashing, bugs, server-side stability, issues like those that could hinder gameplay. Because I know no doubt about it with the marketing, Call of Duty probably has some of the best marketing out of any game, and the fact is they're going to get players to actually load up the game on the first day of that update. Player rate is probably going to double or even triple, but the problem is, can they keep the players consistently coming back? That's one of the major issues that I think Call of Duty has been facing, is consistency. So for example, Black Ops 6, it beat all these records, being the #1 most played Call of Duty of all time, players playing for the longest when it first launched, and then it just started declining as the months went on. So Call of Duty struggles really bad with keeping and retaining players, and I think one of the problems with that is the anti-cheat system. If players start dealing with hackers, then they may get fed up and leave if their game is consistently crashing. For example, when the Tomb first came out in Zombies and we were trying to do the Easter egg, it would consistently crash when we're almost done with the Easter egg steps, and that sort of stopped me from playing the game for the rest of that day. So it's stuff like that that will frustrate people, and some people may not come back to try it again after they do the updates to fix the servers weeks and weeks after the update has already gone live. Now, assuming they do fix all of that, this will put Call of Duty at a very good start to where a lot of players are playing the game. They're back into that Verdansk March 2020 OG status, and then from then on, hopefully consistent updates, listening to the community, and keeping their players happy. If they can do that, I think Call of Duty will actually have a major shift in the activity and what goes on for the rest of the life cycle for Black Ops 6. But what are your thoughts and opinions? Do you think Season 3 is as big as we're hyping it up to be, or do you think it's just going to be like any other season? But that's all they got for you guys in this, so thank you guys for tuning in, and hopefully I'll be seeing you guys back on the channel again. Peace.